Hello, friends and fellow board gamers. Welcome back to Board Games with Rob. Today, I'm going to be giving you a high level overview and then share my thoughts on a game that I recently picked up not too long ago. I'd say about two or three, four, about 3 weeks ago. And it's one I've gotten to the table a number of times. Now, it is a trick taking game. Trick taking games aren't typically my number one go to game, but they are a type of game that I do enjoy a lot, especially if I'm in a group of about 3 to 4 people. And this one's a little unique, though. This one adds a little bit of a twist and adds kind of a deck building mechanism. Now, deck building I really, really like. So if you combine trick taking and deck building, well, what do you get? I had to find the box lid here. You get fishing. Fishing is a game from Friedemann Friese, published by Rio Grande Games. And like I said, it just came out not that long ago here in the States, and I've played it a number of times. So let's head over to Board Game Geek here and see what people are saying about it. It is a game that is played between 3 to 5 players, and it's pretty strict on that, and I'll explain why. The average rating looks like it's got a lot. It's got 901 ratings, and the rating at the average is 7.3, which I think is pretty high, and it's probably one of my favorites now, and not because it's new, it's because I think of this really unique deck building mechanism. So let me kind of talk about how it's played. Now, the game comes with, one of these cards for a 3, a 4, and a 5 player game. I'll show you the 3 player here. And what you're going to be doing is playing over 8 different rounds, I believe. Yeah, 8 different rounds. And each round, this card will tell you how many cards you're going to draw. Now, in the very beginning, you're going to draw from like a normal deck of cards. I think they're numbered like 1 through 9 or 1 through 10, but depending upon the player count, you might be asked to remove, you might be told to remove a certain number. I think with the game we played with four, we had to remove maybe the nines or the tens or something like that. I forget, but the point being is that they're just standard. There's 4 suits there that you'll start out with. There's no trump. You'll like I said, with 3 players, you'll draw 10 cards. Thus, you'll be playing 10 tricks. Now, what happens when you are done with all 10 with all your playing all 10 cards, you're going to look at you're going to have these 2 cards in front of you. You're going to have um, a boat card and your fishing card. And what you will do is everything that it's very thematic. All the cards that you picked are fish that you've caught, right? And you will get points for all the fish that you caught that round. And then what you will do is you'll shuffle up those cards, you'll put them onto your boat, and then you'll look at the next round. So, like round two in this case would be again, you draw another 10 cards, but you're going to draw those cards from your boat. So the cards that you won over the first round, that becomes your stock of fish that you're going to draw from. That's going to be your cards. Now, you might be wondering, well, suppose I did real bad and I only won one trick, or maybe I didn't win any cards. Well, that's where it gets interesting because there's this other deck. It's this huge deck of oh, I don't know how many cards are in there, but they're and they're ranked. So they've got like anything from like a 5 star, and you'll start out with a 3 star, or I'm sorry, a 1 star. I'm looking at the 3 card. So and they're level, right? So you'll have all your 1 stars on top and two all the way down to your 5 stars at the bottom. So let's say that you only won one trick of 4 cards. All right. Well, you have to draw back up to 10. So you'll draw from this stack of cards that are face down and fill your deck, your hand back up to 10 cards. Now you're going to be playing with all these really cool new cards that you got. And as you can see, well, why is a 3 cool? Well, 3 green is trump. So now in round two, it's introducing the concept of a trump, which is, well, green. This one is a 5 level card. And as you can see, look at that. It's an 11 of trump. Now, so each time that you play, now if you now it just adds a whole new dynamic to it. And some of the other cards, and leave it to Friedman Friese to really add some really cool mechanics. Some of the other starred cards in here that are really neat. You've got this. This is a 3-star card, and it's a zero. Zeros are really neat. So when everybody plays a hand, let's say that I play a 3, a 4, and a 9, and I play that. And I play. Oh gosh, look, there's an 11, an 11 card, which is high, right? It's higher than the 8 or the 9 that you start out with. I think I've seen 16 or 17, as high as 17 number cards. Well, when somebody plays the zero, now zero is a low card, right? In this case, it's trump, but the zero, it won't win the trick. The person who wins the trick will pull in the cards and score the points for those cards, but the zero can steal a card. So if I played the zero, I can steal the 11 card and put it into my caught fish to play as part of my next hand. And so that's a really neat thing. You've got these buoy cards, and there's a bunch of different ones. This one's really neat, and it's funny. A friend of mine, Kelly, who's probably may or may not be watching this, I played this on her without even knowing what the card did, and I played it on the very last card of the hand. And when you play this, it's actually the second to last card. When you play this one with the image of the card to the left, everyone has to, after that's played on the next round, everybody has to trade the card with the one on the left. So my friend Kelly had been, she'd been holding off her really good card for the last trick to win. And then I played this, and then everybody had I'm telling you, this is a fun game. And it's got a lot of these buoy cards and yeah, it's fun. I haven't gone into all the different buoy cards and explanations on them, but there's a lot. And the whole concept of the zero and anyway, so what you'll do is through each round, you'll be tracking the points that you won that round on a piece of paper. It does not come with any kind of a pad, a scoring pad, which is fine. In fact, a lot of us use the Board Game Stats app on our phone. And what's really cool about that app is it's got kind of a score pad that you can keep track and a built-in one for fishing. So a shout out to Board Game Stats. So what do I think about this game? Guys, this is great. This is probably, I would rate this at a 9. It is one that I loved playing. The whole dynamic of all the different cards is great. The only downside is it's thinky, and you have to look at the rules. And the rule book is just this single little sheet um, yeah, it's this fold out sheet that just kind of goes down like this and is double sided. And there's some unique opportunities of playing cards. Like what happens if two different people play a zero, which one plays first or what happens with that. And so there's a lot of, as would be expected with a lot of different rules, a lot of questions came up during the game and caused us to be looking at this. And not all the time was it pretty clear by looking through this. Sometimes we had to be looking at Board Game Geek to look at the forums and check out rules. But that's really the only negative thing I can say about the game. Not only that, but it's thematic. I mean, it's based on fish. You're going fishing and you're drawing in all your fish and counting them up, and that's your points, and throwing them onto your boat, and that's what's going to make up your hand for the next round. So I like the art that it's got these crabs and octopi, I think maybe like the seagulls and seahorses, and the trump is a fish. So anyway, again, it's a 9, very easy to teach with the exception of some of the timing rules, and we would save that for when those situations came up and then look at that. I like that it's got some meat to it. It plays over 8 rounds. It's not a terribly long game, but a lot of fun, guys. I would rate this very high. And that's Fishing by Friedemann Friese and Rio Grande Games. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I wish you plenty of companionship combos and tabletop triumphs. I've really got to think of a better outro, guys. I do want to give a shout out. This is my first video since getting some new equipment. I've got a new cam and I'm kind of doing some fun things with the green screen. So I'll try and be able to provide you with some more experiences of some of the pieces. Forgive me if it fades into, as is typical with Friedemann Friese games, they're green. So, this is fading into my green screen. But a good friend, dear friend of mine, Joe, Joe, thank you so much for helping and contributing to Board Games with Rob. Guys, thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.